Poppies. The potency of poppies is never as obvious as on this June day in the Severn Valley at Bewdley in Worcestershire. Crowds jostle for position behind a makeshift tape strung up to prevent trampling the sea of scarlet. Lions groan distantly in the nearby safari park, and engines from the Severn Valley Railway trail white pennants of steam. This floral spectacle has been provided unintentionally. A few years ago, Worcestershire Wildlife Trust acquired 3 arable fields next to important heathland. By ploughing these sandy fields and reducing the fertility remaining from when cereals were grown here, the Trust hoped to encourage heather and other species to colonise from the adjoining heath. But ploughing unearthed millions of poppy seeds, programmed to respond to this sudden burst of sunlight, and they germinated so thickly that by June the fields were vast red blocks that drew in crowds from far and wide. The timing, close to commemorations for World War I, for the First World War I centenary, couldn't have been better. Locals walked the short distance from the town to a hastily erected viewing platform. School children came to sketch the flowers, and regional BBC News made a film. National broadsheets and aptly red tops splashed the poppies across their page, and suddenly the 3 small fields were an international event. A Korean TV channel applied to the Trust for permission to film, while coachloads of visitors from Japan and China, where red is an important and lucky colour, arrived in their finest outfits to have their portraits taken with the flowers. Newlyweds posed for their albums, and there are rumours that a local photographer had snapped his wife in the nude. This outpouring of public affection is understandable. The resonance of the Flanders fields is impossible to ignore. Few flowers have the power of poppies to move us, as proved by the installation of almost 1 million ceramic poppies at the Tower of London in the autumn of 2014. Their resurrection after decades of dormancy in the soil looked like a miracle, but perhaps the short-lived bursts of flowers also remind us of our own impermanence. Poppies are fragile. Their petals, what botanists describe as fugacious, falling after a day or so at the first breath of wind. Their gaudy delights need to be enjoyed immediately. Or is it that poppies meet a need in us for wilderness, a need that isn't catered for by green deserts of sown grass or fields or commercially planted yellow rape? Certainly visitors miss them. As nutrient levels have been reduced to allow heathland to take over, the poppies have dwindled. Some people are disappointed and have complained to the Trust that the flowers are not being looked after. Heathland, however, is a much rarer commodity hereabouts and a priority for conservationists. But the event, there is no other word, has exposed a genuine affection for the natural world, neatly encapsulated by this parade of scarlet poppies.